What's up? What's up, guys? Thanks for joining me. I am here alone. I'm Paul, half of Dads and Dice, and today we're going to be doing a solo stream, which is kind of a last-minute change. Unfortunately, Devin has two sick kids at home. It is my wife's birthday weekend, so she's out celebrating. So we were going to do stuff here at my house, but he's unable to come, so you guys have me. Hey, Matt, thank you for joining me. And of course, this would not be a Paul stream if there were no technology hiccups. But my camera, my normal camera, was not working. So I've got a backup, which looks terrible. But thankfully, you guys aren't going to be looking at me. We're going to be looking at the board, and hopefully that looks good. Hey, Michael, good to see you here. Appreciate you being here. So kind of last minute workaround of stuff. Maybe some of you guys saw the thumbnail earlier of Teotihuacan. But we have changed that to a solo Lands of Galzyr, and we're going to go on an adventure today. So hopefully my microphone sounds okay. I was messing with some settings. I did check the video from Monday, and I did hear some type of reverb. So hopefully that is fixed. We'll see. Again, this wouldn't be a stream of me if there were no technology issues. So let's go ahead and go here to the top-down view. I guess before we do that, this is Lands of Galzyr. This is published by Snowdale Designs, and this is a narrative-driven game. What I really like. Honestly, we'll go into this not so much as a game, and more of a experience. So good. I'm glad, Michael, that sounds good. Let's go ahead and switch the cameras here. And there we go. We have our map here of Galzyr. And we'll go ahead and do a little bit of story building before we get into it, and before I kind of explain the game and see what happens. All right, so here we are in Galzyr. Galzyr, one of those. I don't know exactly, but we are here. We are going to be playing as Bumir, who is our polecat, and we're just going to be adventuring. So let's get a little bit of story on Bumir, and actually, I guess here on the land of Dimeria is what it looks like it's called, actually. So in the world of Dimeria, intelligent animal folk have risen to build civilizations, each with their own defining traits and unique cultures. There are reckless polecats, scheming magpies, enthusiastic turtles, and many other colorful folks with their own attitudes towards life. In the current age of trade, animal folks are more interconnected than ever before. The discovery of steam power and other great inventions has transformed society. Easing travel and supercharging industry, this newfound prosperity has brought stability and cooperation, as well as unprecedented prestige to capable merchants. However, when amidst all that, some folks have never lost their love for adventure. So, like I said, we're going to be playing Bumir. So let's meet him. Let's get a little background on him. So Bumir is tough as nails. He's a polecat who is no stranger to adventures. He's been on one for decades. A fearless, wandering soul, he is always after the next forgotten ruin or buried treasure that catches his eye. His latest find has led him to Galzyr, the home region he left behind a long time ago. So there is a little bit of background. So let's get into this actual game. And again, we're going to use the term game pretty loosely here, because in reality, there are only two things that you can do. He's a polecat. I love that, Shelby. So in this game, there is, like I said, just two things that you are going to do. So the first thing that we're going to do is you're going to move up to 2 spaces. So here is the polecat. I love that. Lands of Galzyr. Maybe, could be. That would make sense. So we have our polecat here. And we haven't decided where we're starting yet. Honestly, I can kind of start wherever, but I like to change it up and roll this d12, and that kind of tells me where to go. So on my turn, I can move up to 2 spaces, and these spaces here are connected, and I will either land in a city. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cities. 8 cities, or I'll land on some type of, not farm, but some type of wilderness space. Once I land there, I will have to do some type of story. So either a quest that I have, and I've got my quest down here. I'll show you those in a second. Or a story from the city. If I don't land in a city, I've got a little adventure deck here, and I'll do one of those quests, right? So I have some items that I can use, and these items just kind of give me special abilities that I can use during these quests. So there's certain verbs that might come up during these stories. For example, if I see the observe verb come up, then I can get an extra success to that. So again, we'll kind of be going through those as we read the story. But when we get to a quest, we'll be doing some skill checks. And those skill checks are done with these dice and the skills that I have acquired. So Bumir, so far, he is all about thievery and perception. I think that's thievery. If it's not, it's basically what it means, whatever it's called, but it's thievery and perception. So he's a sneaky little polecat. So whenever we have this quest, it's going to ask, do you want to do a easy thievery, medium perception, whatever it might be. So we will choose those die. And then whatever color die you have, there's one side that has 2 successes for that. And then the rest of the symbols are the adjacent characteristics. And then you just have some black base die that have symbols from every single characteristic that it has, skill that they have. Let's see. That is really about it. This is set up for December. So at the beginning of every game, you have your month that you are playing. So this is December here. So a little bit more story. The land slumbers under a heavy blanket of snow. The cities, however, never sleep, as the steadfast folks and tireless industries keep on going. So we're using the winter side of the board, and the other side is, of course, the summer side. Okay, we are pretty much completely set up here, except for a few more things. We need to figure out what day we're starting on, and then we need to place a Bumir somewhere. So with this game, with a solo game, we'll be playing over 8 days. So those 8 days will take place here. So let's go ahead and get to the setup. Let me see if I can do this on my computer. There we go. So you guys should be able to see that on the screen. I think so. Let me double check. Looks pretty good to me. Let's see if I can up the quality on mine. There we go. Perfect. So let's go ahead and start. This is completely web-based and app-based story. Now, the cool thing about this is you can download it so that it is not, so you don't need internet to access it. But it is web-based. So it already has that we're starting in December. The day that we're going to start on is a Friday. We have 8 days, so we'll mark that here with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there's tons of these tokens, and these tokens just mark when events occur or when certain people leave your party, or they're just your little reminder tokens. So we're going to put this little reminder there to show that that is the end of the game. There are a couple other reminders that I do have to have before we get started. And the first one here is inner peace. So I'm going to go ahead and close out of this. So this one is inner peace. And let's see. The adjectives on this one are serene and upbeat. So this is hard to achieve, even harder to maintain. Inner tranquility is the goal of many mediators. So in thievery, the sword. Let me get the what these actually are. 1 second. Okay, here we go. So we have thievery, might, survival, knowledge, communication, and perception. So this one says in thievery, might, and survival skill checks, I hasten 1. So hasten just means that we will advance the skill, I believe. Move its timer token closer to the day. So the timer token will move closer. So that's what this one will do. If the verbs recall, convince, or observe are there, I get 1 more success. And that expires in 4 days. So let's put my little reminder. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I also have inner fire here. And so for inner fire, I'm heated and upbeat. So your passion burns red hot and your body yearns for action. Anything to satisfy the fire within. So this is in the 3 other skill checks: knowledge, communication, and perception. I hasten 1, but then if I see the verbs sneak, fight, or climb, I get an additional success. And that one expires in 4 days as well. Okay, so I'm starting off with quite a few things here. Trying to see here. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and start making some decisions. We'll get into the items and all that kind of stuff in a little bit whenever we get to it, but let's see where Bumir is going to start. He will start in City 11. So where is 11? 5, 9. There's card 11 right there. So he's going to start in Reinstum. All right, so let's kind of we can do this together. We can kind of go through this together. The quest that I have right now, I have the Thrill of the Hunt Part 1. So I have not started this one, and then I have Lost Relative Part 1 here. So for the Thrill of the Hunt, I need to go a space west of Sarwar, which is right here. Space west. So I need to make it right there. And then for my Lost Relative, I need to make it to Maratu, which is right here. So let's take a little poll here. Let's do in the chat, if you are here, should we go for the Thrill of the Hunt? Should we go for Lost Relative? Let's kind of see a little bit what it is. But the Thrill of the Hunt says, I have been to every corner of this world and hunted every wild beast. I was afraid of losing interest, but got reinvigorated after encountering a new type of game. I wish to share this thrill with someone who is as fond of the predator's call as I am. Please come to the Green Bricked Estate to join me in this existing hunt. And then we have Lost Relative, which is my dear father, Rusmag, left from Maratu some time ago and hasn't come back. Unfortunately, I have had many rehearsals and performances I'm obliged to attend, so I can't leave from Maratu myself. He hasn't been the same since the incident, and I worry something has happened to him. Please bring him home. So what do you guys think we should do? Should we go on the Thrill of the Hunt, or should we go for the Lost Relative? So again, Bumir, he is thievery and perception. He can kind of sense everything that's going on. He does have a wanted poster. So when he's intimidating, he gets 2 successes. He has spy glasses, which help him observe, explore, and sneak. And he has opera glasses, which, again, help him observe, search, and convince. So, Matt, you are saying let's go on the hunt. I like that. So let's start making our way to the Thrill of the Hunt. And it's 1 space west of Sarwar. So that's this space right here. Let me put that there where it's supposed to be. Okay. So we're starting in Reinstum. Let's go ahead. Oh, or the other option is we could just stay in Reinstum. Do something there. But we already decided to hunt. So 1, 2 spaces. We're on our way there. Ken, the board looks confusing. It's really not. Unfortunately, it's pretty far out from where you can see it. But it's very simple. There's just these tracks that you can go along, then the cities that go here. So, Ken, we are far away from the hurricane, thankfully. But yes, hopefully everybody that's watching is safe as well. Okay, so we made it here, halfway to our spot that we needed to. Since we're not on a city, we do have to do an event. So we're just going to go ahead and draw this first one. And this says what day is. So we start off, we got to decide what event to choose. So the first thing on here says Sunday. It is not Sunday, it's Friday. Are we on a settlement? We are not on a settlement. Are we in a grassland? Yes, we are on a grassland. So we will go back to our book here. I'll pull it up. And we're going to type in what we have. So we're grassland, so 248. I'm in Kentucky where we've gotten a lot of rain, but the winds haven't been too bad. That's good. That's real good. What part of Kentucky are you in? Okay, so our first quest. You hear the laughter and excited shouting long before you reach a stream. A dozen small children of various species, an otter, a cat, a hedgehog, among others, holding tiny boats, hand-carved from tree bark, are hard to read with my light over here, are crowded around the banks, excitedly chattering and complimenting each other's boats. "Hi, can you help me?" asks a small platypus, clutching not one but 3 adorable tiny boats, each painstakingly adorned with pink racing stripes. Her bright pink jersey reads, Lumong, in big letters. "I carved these for the race, but I don't know which I should use. Do you want to help me decide? You can be on my team." So, do we want to join her team, or do we just want to leave the children? What are we thinking? I think we probably join her team. That is my immediate thought, just because we want to progress the story a little bit. So I'm just going to go ahead and join her team here. Central, a bit south of Louisville. There we go. I've only driven through Kentucky, never actually been there. So don't know much about it. All right, so here we go. Lumong's bill curves into a huge smile. "Welcome to the team," she grins as she places her 3 boats on the ground. "This one is heavy and bulky, so it's got weight to go fast down the stream. This one is the opposite. It's thin for less water resistance." And finally, she unfurls 3 tiny masts on the final boat. This one has sails. "The race is going to start," shouts her friend, a small otter wearing an oversized snorkel. Children rush along the banks to get their boats into the water, screaming, "Lumong, hurry! Choose your boat, or you'll miss the race." The tiny platypus looks up at you with hope blossoming in her small eyes, asking which boat she should pick for the race. You will help this child with the boat race if it's the last thing you do. All right, so here it says, do you have the lucky tag? So on all of my equipment here, I have spying, I have shady, I have heated, upbeat, serene, upbeat, and underworld. So I do not have lucky. Which boat do we choose, guys? Do we want the bulky boat, the thin one, or the one that has sails? So Matt, there is a Iron Man in Louisville, which I had considered doing at one point. And everybody says to go to the now I'm going to feel like a fool, but to the bourbon, to the big one there. Is it Jim Beam? Is that the one that's there? I'm not sure. Sails. Look at you. That's the one that I wanted. It can't be Jim. Is it Jim Beam? Now I feel dumb. Okay, we have the 3-masted boat. You have a good feeling about this boat, and Lumong agrees. "Wish me luck," she says as she carries her boat to the starting line with all other children. "And go," shouts the otter, waving his big flag. The children all scream excitedly as they push off, cheering for their friends. But instantly you can see Lumong's boat wobbling, not catching the current right. Half the competition passes her before the first bend, and though her boat is leaning into the turn, it doesn't look like it's going to be able to catch up. Should we intervene? I think so. Oh, okay. So do we intimidate the kids into giving up, us, Big Bad Bumir, or do we sneak and distract the children? So what's interesting about that is so saying sneak and distract, right? I have a couple of items here that have sneak. And I also have one that says intimidate. So my intimidate one is get 2 successes and roll a 1 to 2, place Bumir somewhere else. And then if I sneak, I can re-roll a dice. Sneaking over here gets me a success. So, all right, let's sneak. And it's easy. Let's distract these kids. Okay, so we are going to sneak. So how this works is we have 5 dice that we can get. Let me minimize the story just real quick. So we have 5 dice, and we get to replace them with that color and an adjacent one if we would like, just because there's more of the symbol, the adjacent symbols on there. So we're going to get 1 black die. We will get both of the sneak dice, and then we will get both of the adjacent dice as well. Take all these out here. Oh no. There we go. Let's keep those to the side. We'll use them if we need them. We'll place our dice here, and we will go ahead and roll. All right, so we're looking for successes. We have 1 sneak success. So we have sneak. So what this does is we do get 1 success from my inner fire. We also can re-roll 1 die. So we're gonna, or our other option is we can re-roll everything. So at this moment, we have 2 successes. And this is an easy one. So generally for an easy one, you only really need like 1 or 2 successes. So I'm pretty sure we're good where we're at, but let's just re-roll this one. And there we go. We got a double sneak. Double sneaky. So that is 4 successes. Awesome. I'm okay with that. I like that. Let's go ahead and pull up our story again. Reveal outcomes. Look at that. 3+. So we got on the good side there. The dead tree trunk near the end of the race would certainly have fallen anyway. You just gave it a little push. The tree falls at just the right angle, so Lumong's boat, floundering near the back, is the only one that doesn't get splashed away, sailing to an easy first place. You reappear to absorb the cheers and adulation, but Lumong is staring at you with disbelief. Why would you do that? She asks incredulously. To help her win, of course. Sometimes to come out ahead in life. No, Lumong explains. Didn't anyone ever tell you cheating is wrong? And for this, it's just a prize. Lumong throws it at your head. You easily duck it, but as Lumong runs away, you feel a sense of gloom failing over you. I feel bad. We do earn a prestige, though. Which, honestly, in this game, doesn't matter, because victory points are nothing in this game. Yeah, you're right, Matt. That kid doesn't know. We're winning. So give card 25 from the library to Adventurer. So let's look at card 25. One thing that's sweet about this game is this card organization. It's amazing, this card library. Absolutely love it. Okay, so we're getting skipping rope. I have training, cord, and toy. Joey's love hopping and their playtime often revolves around it. This habit continues into their adulthood. Other folks could certainly learn a lesson or 2 about fitness for kangaroos. In survival skill checks, I reroll up to 2. I have force, which rerolls 1. So we'll just put that to the side for now. And then I have give 58 to the adventurer. So let's find 58. Oh, this is going to be one that's like, you did terrible. You're a cheater. You're a liar. Disheartened, worried, and weary. What's this all for? With a heavy heart, your mind isn't as sharp as it should be. Your only glimmer of hope is that perhaps tomorrow will be brighter. In knowledge, communication, and perception skills, I get 1 unsuccess. So we'll keep that here. And we'll mark that, and that expires in 3 days. 1, 2, 3. All right, we did have a thievery skill check. So we're hasting that one up 1. So this one will expire in 3 days now. And that is it. So I do believe you can only have 3 items in your area. So we can get rid of one and sell it for some coins. So you would sell it for 5 gold. Now, do we maybe want to change our sneaky and perceptive ways? Maybe start going for something different. I don't know. I kind of like Bumir being this little sneaky polecat. I think it fits him well. I think we just sell this one. I think we just get rid of it. I don't think we need it. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. So we will gain 5 coins here. And I had 14 just from the previous game that I played. So we'll just go up to 19. And we are selling it. I'll just go ahead and put it back in here. That one didn't entice me enough to get rid of my other items. Okay, end of scene. All right, so what we're going to do now, we're going to go ahead and proceed on to the next day. And it is Saturday now, and that's it. That's 1 round of the game. So we're doing 8 rounds total, and we're just going to be telling a story. I've got my my hot tea here because I knew I would be speaking a lot. So, all right, we are on our way to the hunt. We still need to get to the thrill of the hunt. We're 2 spaces away, so let's go ahead and keep going that way. And this is just a marker just to tell me where the quests are. So, all right, so we've made it to the thrill of the hunt. So again, I've been to every corner of this world and hunted every wild beast. I was afraid of losing interest, but not reinvigorated after encountering a new type of game. I wish to share this thrill with someone who is as fond of Predator's Call as I am. Please come to the Green Brick Estate to join me in this exciting hunt. This is number 287. Following the note's instructions, you find yourself west of Sarwar, at the doorstep of the Green Brick Mansion in the hinterlands. A hedgehog servant shows you in. She fetches her employer and returns with a handsomely dressed panther, carrying a bow and a quiver. My heart soars knowing that someone has come to join me in the perfect hunt. I have a stomping ground out back, an enclosed area I own. We shall make of it our game trail. Come! He and the hedgehog take you to the mansion's rear. The enclosed area looks to be big enough to contain half of Galzyr. Swaths of forest, broken up by ponds and rivers, fill the area. The host draws an arrow and knocks it. Let the hunt begin. Do you have the loud tag? We have Explorer Scent, Spying, Shady. We do not have loud. We're not loud. We're trying to find our inner peace here. No. If you track, each swim tag gives you 1. So we don't have swim. We are not good at what is this? Survival. We are pretty good at perception, so I think we're just going to have to do the observe the area. That is kind of our name of the game here. So let's observe. Let's get some dice rolling. So we're going to keep the same dice. Let's hope for something good. Ooh, hold on. Let me see. We are observing, I think I said. So Yeah, we have a couple of tags for observe. We have gain a success, reroll up to 2 dice, um, and then gain another success. So we're already at 2 successes for this one. So we are going to get an unsuccess though because we are worry and weary. So uh so we're at 1 success right now. Let's see what we got. Okay. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 with this one. We would have 5, but unfortunately, the being disheartened takes one away. So we're at 4. We can re-roll up to 2 dice. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to keep these 2, and we'll roll these 2 here. We'll keep these 3. We'll roll these 2. Look at that. We got another one. Okay, so we're sitting at 5 success. Let's see what we get. Hopefully that's enough. Observe the area. Nice. We only needed 4. We got it. Even with a gargantuan landscape to cover, you quickly spot a trace of whatever you're supposed to be hunting. You see movement on the western side of the area and follow it, coming to a stone wall where the quarry is at. We've cornered them, the panther laughs. I was hoping they'd give us more of a sport. He hands you gold for finding the prey so quickly. This prey, to your surprise, is a goose and a wombat. Tears drain from their eyes as they see the panther. We gain 3 gold, and then any partners, which we had no partners, gain 3 gold. Man, I'm not gonna lie, ooh, look at that. I maxed out my gold. I'm at 20. We're gonna have to spend some. Yeah, I was saying I'm feeling kind of bad. We're trapping this easy prey. I'm cheating to make these kids win the races that they don't even care about. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I've changed my mind since I last played this game. Wait, the panther's hunting animal folk? That is the new prey he wanted to hunt? The cries of the 2 innocent folks grow louder as the panther draws his arrow back, pointing his bow at them. Winded and starved, they're too tired to climb the wall and keep on running instead. The hunter holds his fire. I have a trap just around the corner, inside a nearby cave. Do I let them run into that, or should we use our hunter's guide to secure our catch? I'm a no-good polecat. You're absolutely right. Do we help them or do we hunt them? Oh, I'm sorry. Do we help the victims or do we help the hunter? I'm going to let you decide, Matt, or somebody else that's out there. I think you guys know what I want to do, but I'm going to let y'all decide. This is your game. We're doing this together. You're making the decisions. I'm just doing the actions. I'm not sure. Be good for once. Let's help the victims. Matt, we're connecting. This panther is an absolute bloodthirsty psychopath. You have to save the poor folks from this deranged hunter. Steve, tonight's your night, Steve. We're helping some animal folk. Do you have the underworld tag? I do. We have the underworld tag. This says, you've done a great service to a powerful person in the shadows, and they famously repay their debts. In the right situation, that can be more valuable than any amount of gold. So we do have the underworld. You have backing from folks more powerful and sinister than this backwards basket case. Do we give him our note? I think we have to. Fight the hunter, warn the victims. We're not good at either of those. So, of course, we're going to give him our note, our special little underworld note. You tell him that you know much more terrifying folk than him. Oh, really? You give him your note and inform him this hunt has to end, or else. The panther accepts the note, and after reading it, rips it to pieces. He showers you in the confetti he's created of it. Ha! You think? His words are cut short as the wombat smashes him over the head with a rock. That'll teach you. Before fleeing, she loots the hunter of his stuff. You escape the grounds. The wombat and goose dance about and hug you and one another. They let you take an item from what they stole. As you look over your loot, the goose and wombat fawn over you, telling you they just want to start a fan club dedicated to their savior. Yes, come on. You earn 2 prestige. Return the underworld status to the library. So that is number 302. Take 2 random 100s from the library. So here's 1 and 2. You may take one of those items for free. Oh, I see. I messed up on that last one. You have to buy the card and then you can sell it. So I never actually did buy it, so we should be at 15. And return the items that were not taken. Your partner earns 2 prestige. And then we get a new event. So, you would have helped the hunter, Ken. Ken, of course you would have. You would have been Huntress over there from Dice Throne. That's your imaginary world. No, we got to do some good in the world at some point. Okay, here we have Blunderbuss. This is ranged gunpowder weapon. A blunderbuss is not dangerous because of its accuracy, but rather the lack of it, like a shotgun. This is good for fighting. We get to roll the d12 and we get some successes based on that. Unlock or intimidate, I get 1 success. And then we have a crowbar, which is a pole weapon. In many situations, a crowbar is just the tool for the job. Whether it's getting a misplaced chest open or knocking someone out cold, leveraging physical force solves issues. So again, this is another force one. Gain a success, roll up to 2, and then fight, convert 1 might into 2 successes. That's pretty good for fight. So we've got those 2. But we're not fighters. Those sound super sweet, though. I kind of want to keep 1. But here's my hesitation. I have this wanted poster. This would be the one that I would discard for it. But this wanted poster can only be used by Bumir. And so if I get to intimidate, I get 2 successes. And then if I get a 1 or a 2, I place this special event out into the special quest into the quest thing. So kind of want to keep this one just because it's special to me. And then the other ones help me observe and convince and search. But maybe I do want to branch out a little bit. And I have so much money. You know what? Let's buy this blunderbuss. Blunderbuss. You know, talking about, oh, I want to do good now. We're going to use it on baddies. We're just going to use it on the bad people. There we go. So I'm at 7. And I'm going to discard my my opera glasses. Yeah. And this one will be number 24. It will go back in here. Okay, so far we're changing our ways a bit. And hold on. Take 265 from the library and shuffle it into the event deck. So 265. New event. And we'll switch it. Guns are good, therefore we're doing good. I love it. I love it. And it's not because of how accurate it is. It's because of how inaccurate it is, right? It's not me that's not a good shooter, it's the gun. So, okay, we're going to, let's see, we did a couple things there. We did a perception skill check. So this one gets hastened. Oh no, I'm sorry. That one does not get hastened. That was the -1 success. We did a perception one, so this one gets hastened. Hasten. Hasten. It's a weird word. Okay. And then we move on to Sunday. All right, so here's the thing. Oh, well, it didn't really say anything else about this, did it? We didn't do anything else about the thrill of the hunt. I guess we completed it. Don't think it said anything else to do on there. Interesting. Okay, well, let's go into the vault. Guess what we did what we needed to with it. Okay, so here's the thing. We can go to Sarwar, whatever it's called, and we can go to the metal factory, we can go to the market, maybe buy some stuff. There's a museum, there's a city park. Down here are some other quests. And then we have our lost relative, which is down here in Maratu. Now here in Maratu, we also do have this other event that would occur once we get there. And it says, Gemsidian scouts have been spotted roaming through the forest. Rangers are busy trying to locate their base and welcome help at the station. So a lot of these towns have ports and stuff also. This one, there's a port here, but the closest port to us there is over here in Rheinstum, so we'd just be making our way back. I feel like we went that way. What else could we be doing over there? Let's see. Here in Chabar, we have a ski resort. We have another market and a hot spring. What do you guys think? What should we be doing here? I don't know. I kind of want to make my way to Maratu, I feel. There's just so much going on in that town. It looks like it's popping. It's a happening place. Sorry, I forgot to take the little storybook off. I don't know. Maybe we get that event that we just put into our event thing. Hot springs are relaxing. Hot springs are relaxing. Steve, make a decision for once. If you're there still. I don't know. There's some ruins over here. There's a camp. I'm trying to think what the hot springs would do. I don't know. That sounds... We're close by. We're 2 spaces away. Let's see. We've got... We can make it 2 spaces. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Make it to the dock. Show up at the docks over here, then make it to Maratu. I think we could do that. You know what? Matt, you've convinced me. We've been going through some existential crises here with our worldview. It's changing. So let's go to some hot springs. Let's try to relax a little bit. We've moved up Sunday. We will go ahead and go. 1, 2. We've made it to the town of Chabar. And we're going to do some hot springs. It's a nice December day. Let's see what's up with these hot springs. Chabar's most famous resort, the Wet Feather Inn, is jam-packed today. Many folks are free from work on Sundays and love to spend it here. A robed blue-tongued skink named Galar is utilizing this with a smell booth near an entrance. Come donate for the poor. Anyone doing so will receive our blessing, clean consciousness, and a parting gift from the charitable order of Druff. The Emperor Penguin innkeeper Ranut is busy taking care of his clientele. He sure looks like he could use a helping hand. Donate to the Skinks cause, 0 to 20, and spend your day at the inn. Well, we're relaxing. Let's pay $2 here. Handing Renute a few coins, you head to the changing room. After unclothing yourself, you head to the steaming hot springs. Does the library have 283 available? Let's check. It sure does. The pool is filled with moist steam and folks from all across Galzyr, some probably even further away. Joining them, you down yourself into the warm water and relax. So refreshing. After lounging around for a good while, something pops up from below the water, right in front of you. Heart thumping in your chest, you realize it's a tanuki. Now, taking deep breaths, what a place to meditate. Seeing your alarmed stance, her apologizes with a laugh. Didn't mean to scare. Ha ha ha. Sitting next to you, he introduces himself as Hiko. Having completed my matter here, why now I join you for a while? To get that scared out of your soul? That was a little bit of a confusing one. So what's cool about this is you can kind of like click on these underline things and it shows you what they are. So this is a tanukis. They're never popular or ahead of any trends, but these underdogs finish first in many things through steady self-pacing. I think this is the perfect person we need to meet. But what's cool about this is it says return all weary statuses to the library. So our weary status that we're actually going to get rid of here in a little bit goes away anyway. So we are no longer weary. We're starting to feel better about ourselves. Let me put this away. 56. There's a bunch of cards for like each number, so you have to go through a couple of them. Okay. Give 00 from the library. Ooh, the very first card. We have the unyielding spirit. A life of adventure has shaped you, made you resilient and defiant. In a dire situation when others would yield, your inner strength surges forth. After a skill check, but before revealing outcomes, you may discard to replace your dice pool with the dice below, roll them, and use the result. So that's giving me a bunch of might and survival that I don't have. Sweet. If at the beginning of the game, this is the very first card that you start with. So when I first started my campaign with Bumir, these were his attributes. So we were we were survivalist. We had might. We wanted to fight a bunch of stuff. But I've slowly made my way into a more sneaky, perceptive person. But now I'm kind of thinking I want to be more communication and knowledge. But anyway, that's beside the point. Give 283 to the adventurer. I think I just put that one away. Oh, here it is. So here is Hiko. Hiko is a wandering philosopher. He embodies the virtue of patience. He gets more done than folks give him credit for, helping those truly in need. He is an underdog and he has scent. He is force, explorer, and search. If you have 0 successes at the end of a skill check, you get 3 successes. That's pretty cool. And he expires in 5 days. So that's actually should be after the game ends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it doesn't. So I'll have him for the rest of my adventure. End of scene. All right, and now it is Monday. Oh, and so Monday means that we get rid of my inner fire and my inner peace. Super funny to have both of those. They're kind of contradictory. But they worked out. They did me well. Let's put those away. That's 60 and 61. Come on. Okay. Starting our 4th day. Let's see. So we're in Chabar. And I guess we were going to... what's closer here? Well, nope, we've already started going this way. So let's... Oh, look, hold on. There is a quest in Yezdan. I don't know why I blanked on that, but there is a quest in Yezdan right up there. So, I don't know if you guys can actually see that. I didn't realize that part was cut off. But there is Yezdan. Let's try to put this up a little bit. All right, so let's take our 2 moves. And we are actually ending in the countryside, so we're going to have an event. Is the adventurer wounded? Nope, we are not wounded. Are we on a settlement? No, not a settlement. No grassland, no forest, no hill. We are on a mountain. So this is 219. Does the library have 283 available? It does not, because we have Hiko now. A measure of worry sets in when you reach a spot of winding mountain road covered in bones. Hundreds of them by the looks of it. A snow leopard, dotted in cuts and bruises, pokes her head out from a nearby cave. Come over here, quick, before it starts again. Again? As if predicting a forecast, bones rain down from you from a higher ledge above. You rush under the sharp barrage of fragments and hide in the cave with the roughed up leopard. Ever had that happen to you before? She jests before introducing herself as Bree. Every time I try to leave the cave and go down for the road, more bones. How are we going to escape this accursed passage? I have places to be. Do you have the range tag? Whoa, look at that. We do have the range tag with a blunderbuss. Look at us. We're doing real sweet here. We're getting pretty lucky. We do have a range tag. Yes. Whoever is dropping bones on you needs to know someone is down here. You have a way of getting that message across? Yeah. So we could either dodge the falling, we can attack the ridge above. Yeah, of course. That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to attack the ridge above. You duck out of cover and use your ranged weapon at the ledge above. Squawks echo in the air. Hey down there, watch out, we got kids here, we're unarmed. You yell back that they shouldn't be throwing bones. A family of 40 vultures leap from above and soars down to you. It's a tradition for us bearded vultures to break bones by dropping them off a cliff. That's how we get the marrow inside. You must have just passed by in the middle of our big old family feast. Bree is about to throttle the closest one, but you hold her back. She cools down and thanks you for helping out. As an apology for the inconvenience, the family gives you an item they found while setting up their feast. We gain a prestige. We get 40. What is card number 40? A special item. This is a powdered keg. Gunpowder, the invention of giant pandas, has had a mixture of interesting uses ranging from delightful fireworks to deadly weaponry. I don't think we need this one. It's a gunpowder. I like our ranged weapon. I like our spying and shadiness still. So, yeah, we'll just go ahead and put this one back. No need for it. Let's find you. Where do you go? There we go. Return the drawn event to the bottom of the deck. End of scene. It is now Tuesday. Tuesday. Let's see. Oh, this should have been the owl. Where's the owl? There it is. Fell off of him. Okay. Let's go to Yezdan. And I believe we don't have to actually stop in the city to get the quest. I think it's if you just walk through the city. Let me just double check here. Traveling. Yeah, it says, remember you can trade gold and items, pick up quests, even between your moves. So yeah, we'll just pick up the quest in between our move there. So we'll go 1, 2. We'll pick up the Yezdan quest. And this one says, moving between cities in Galzyr is a pain. I have a solution, however. Just a simple courier service is needed to complete my plan. Olamide the Dodo. Let's see what their plan is. This is high hopes. I get an idea from this large basket I found for cheap. Strap on a fabric bag along with a burner, and we have a vehicle capable of transporting folk from city to city. There's suitable burners in Reinstum. Drop by the bank and make a modest loan in my name before meeting the seller, and we're all set. Well, Reinstum is right here. We can do it on our next turn. We've got 5 coins. I don't know if that's enough of a modest loan. I guess in reality it's a fourth of the max limit in the game. So that could be quite a bit. We do get another quest. And this quest is in Tashun, which is over here. And that says, we request help in finding one of our members who hasn't returned from her assignment. So I'll just keep that there for now. Might as well go to Reinstum, but before we do that, we did stop here. That is another mountain space. So we have an event. Is it Monday? It is not Monday. No settlement. It is mountain. So number 56. Here we go. You're traveling along the rough and serpentine mountain path when you come across a caravan. Before it is a large boulder blocking the path. There is enough room for you to get by, but not enough for the vehicle to get through. A family of raccoons, the owners, have already set up tents and fireplaces for the night. You approach one of them, who greets you reservedly. This is bad. In times like these, we don't feel safe staying in one place for too long. But now, with this rock in our way, we might have to turn back. A wretched waste of progress, that is. Do we force the boulder off the road? So that is a hard might. Do we observe the area for alternate routes? That is a medium perception. And do we continue our journey? So, the obvious choice here is perception, right? I think that we can do that. But we also do have this unyielding spirit. And this unyielding spirit gives me might and survival dice, which is where the might symbol are. So we could possibly, and it's 4 black dice as well. So we could possibly get that one. And it is force. I do not have anything for force. No, I do. If we have 0 successes at the end of the skill check, we get 3 successes. But that wouldn't be enough for a hard. So, what do we think we do? Should we force the boulder off the road and use our unwielding spirit? Or do we do what we're good at and just observe the area? In observing, we do get a success. We get 1 automatic success with observing. I'm not sure. I feel like we're on this journey of self-realization, and this is our crossroads. Do we want to try to help these people? Not by cheating like we did once before, but actually help them? Or do we just try to find... Do we use our smarts instead of our might? Well, let's see. I think we go the safe route here. I think Bumir is still not 100% confident in himself. And we're just going to go ahead and do what we know. And we're going to observe. So we do have 4 observes, 5. So we were doing our medium observing. So we're gaining 1 here, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we knocked it out of the park. Now, ooh, interesting. So this is new. We haven't seen this before. This very first one here says if you had at least 1 communication symbol show up, that's the option that you have to take. So we did not have any communication symbols, so we're not taking that one, but we definitely had 4 or more. So we're going that way. It isn't likely that another convenient road to take is around here, but such are your skills that you spot one. It's a smaller path covered by vegetation. By the looks of it, it hasn't been used or maintained in a while. But with a careful pace, the raccoons should be able to get to their caravan to move through it. Let's look at those raccoons. Ooh. They're immediately identifiable by its iconic mask. The raccoon doesn't like to be treated with suspicion. Look at that. We're not even judging them. Unless they turn back around and they're doing something sneaky. Even if it's often justified. The group is grateful for your help, and it's quick to pack up and turn their wagons towards a small road. Searching for alternate paths and successfully finding one has awoken a hunger for adventure within me. Look at that. We earned another prestige. Give number 63 to the adventurer, and then that card goes to the bottom of the deck. I think the first one was supposed to go to the bottom too. I just never did. Card 63. I'm being reinvigorated. We have adventurous. Oh, so funny story that this one came out. Not funny story, but there is actually an expansion for this game on Kickstarter right now. It is for a new character, and this is the character. I don't remember his name, but there are 2 of them, and they're adventurous, obviously. So, yeah, I actually haven't looked into that Kickstarter at all, because I really like Bumir. Maybe eventually I'll get it. But I do have 4 other characters that I haven't played either, so we'll see. What's inside that chest, behind that hill, or under that bush? You have no idea, but you can't wait to find out now. Unlock, explore, and search. Get 1 success if the total success is 4 or less. Discard. Okay. End of scene. It is now Wednesday. And we've only got a few more days going on here. Okay, so we're almost here to Rheinstamm. Let me see. We could go to the casino, get some more money before we actually go to the bank. That would be using 2 actions. That would be basically the end of it. You know what? Let's see if 5 money's enough. I think it should be. 1, 2. We made it to Rheinstamm. So again, we have high hopes. So they found a basket for cheap. Oh, no, I'm sorry. This person basically wants to build jetpacks. So we're going to see if we can drop by the bank, take a modest loan out. Oh, we're taking a loan out in his name. Okay, we don't have to have money. They're giving us money. Then we're going to meet him. So let's go to story 201. 201. You arrive at the head office of the Prime Rhenian Bank. The starting item on Olomide's agenda is to secure a loan to help build the Dodo's flying vehicle, which requires a powerful burner and a large sum of money for it to work. Here's our Dodos. Oh, because they're flightless. They're big dreamers and visionaries. That's awesome. You head inside and you wait in gruesomely long lines until it's your turn to speak to a turn clerk. What is a turn? There is no corner of Demeria that hasn't been visited by the travel turns who adopt customs from every land they visit. What can I help you with today? You explain that you're here to take out a loan in Olamide's name. The clerk laughs, knowing who you're talking about. I'm afraid Olamide has borrowed the maximum amount of money he is entitled to at this time. He can only access new funds by making payments on his current debt. What will you do to secure the loan? Do we have populace? We do not have populace. We are underdogs, though. No populace tag. Convince the clerk to lend money, which is a medium 8. I'm sorry, a medium communication, or do we sign a check for 8 gold? We only have 5 gold. So we cannot sign a check. Convince. Do we have any convince? We don't. Interesting. All right, well, communication is adjacent to perception. So we're going to use our perception dice. We're going to add 2 more base dice in there. And hopefully we can get a medium success here. Yeah, we have nothing for convince. So we can re-roll 1 time if needed. And I think 2 to 3 is kind of what you need here. Okay, look at that. There's 2 communications. I think we have to leave it there. I think that's probably the best that we're going to get. Yeah, this isn't going to help us. No sneaking. Yeah, we're going to try it. We're going to see if 2 successes is enough. Look at that, 2 to 3. Using all manners of begging and pleading, you eat away at the clerk's indifference. She gives you a beaten sigh after peering over your shoulder and seeing the line of growing longer. Perhaps this one time the bank allows a smaller amount than requested to be loaned. She dabs her quill and inks a check. You frown after looking over the value of the amount. It's less than half of what Olamide asked you for, so you have to make up the rest of it. All right, well, let's see how much we can make up. Departing from the bank, you follow Olamide's instructions and head to the tinker shop by the docks. It is less of a shop and more of a great heap of oxidizing junk run by a grizzled giant squirrel. Let's look at that one. Oh. You ask about engines, of which he shows you many, but only 2 are within Olamide's budget. One is leaking, and the other is dented mess. I've got a brand new one as well, the dealer says, putting a pristine model, but it might be out of your price range. Well, okay. I guess we do have a hard thievery, which would patch the leaking engine. That does allow us to roll all of these dice here. Patch is not a verb that we have. Force the other engine into shape. We do have a couple of forces, I think. Maybe not. We do have a force. And if we have 0 skills at the end of a skill check, we get 3. And we can always do our unyielding spirit. After a skill check, but before revealing outcomes, you can discard to replace your dice pool with a dice below. Oh, but that would be on the same one, so we wouldn't be able to change it. You know what? We're good at what we're good at. Let's patch this leaking engine. Let's try to patch this leaking engine. Come on, something good. Ooh, we got 3. This is hard. I don't think 3 is going to be enough. Do we re-roll here? Well, this is what we chose to do here. Unlock, explore, search. I think we roll again. 3 will be something, but it's not going to be like a great success. Especially with this one being hard. I think hard has to be... Well, maybe hard is 3. Medium is 2 to 3. Maybe hard is 3 to 4. You know what? Let's leave it. Let's see what happens. I think 3 is pretty good. Let's see. Ooh, 3 is right in the middle. Okay, let's see what happens. You hand over the check to purchase the leaking engine. Working around the insides of the engine, you find that many holes that need to be patched, and you repair each of them, which takes you a good couple hours to find and fix them all. You turn on the engine to test it, and it runs smoothly. Nice. Not quite as good as new, but certainly it will work for what Olamide needs. Covered in dirt and grease, you tell the grizzled giant squirrel that you're done with the engine. Great, I'll pack it up and have it shipped to Old Dodo as soon as possible. Thank you for shopping here. Your patronage is personally valued. Woohoo. Getting somewhere. We gain 2 prestige. I return High Hopes 136 to the library. So this one can come back out at one point. 136. Give 122 to the adventurer. Ooh, another journey. Another quest. This is High Hopes Part 2. The balloon has been completed with a fancy burner and all. It just didn't occur to Olamide how hard it would be to pilot the craft. Based on Olamide's trusty source, a skilled pilot by the name of Philankia lives in Yezdan. He recommends starting the search from the local post office. They should know about her current whereabouts. So that is in Yezdan. I don't think... Oh man, I don't know. This may have just changed my My plans. Oh, well, let's see. Let's go to end of scene. We're on Thursday. Got 2 more days. Huh. Do we... So we're very close to Maratu here. Might just have to finish High Hope's letter. Maybe we start 2 quests, we get that lost relative going, we do this combing Maratu. Shuffle 94 from that to the event deck. Let me see what we're doing here. And actually, I'm not 100% sure what that symbol means. I don't remember it. I'm pretty sure it's just like another event, or maybe, I don't know if that's an event that you have to do when you get there, or if that's just another event that you do. Local status card attached to the space with your figure. Oh, so you can pick that one to do. Okay. Let's just go this way. This was kind of our plan from the beginning. We'll go 1, 2, and then we'll do an event. So we are in the forest. It is not Saturday. We are in the forest. Number 207. 207. While enduring the tedium of a winding forest road, the area is curiously riddled with gobbles. Yeah, gobbles. Your interest spurs you to leave the established road and head towards the funny sounds. 3 turkeys are at a mad speed running around the base of a tree as if deranged pursuit of one another. They seem oblivious to the outside world. Oops. There you go. They seem oblivious to the outside world, only focusing on chasing each other. Several traveling packs have been scattered across the ground, leaking papers and land surveying apparatuses. You expect this to end at any moment, but as the seconds drag into minutes, you begin to worry. What on Demiria are they doing? They have to stop at some point, right? You try to talk to them, but they ignore you. Interesting. Do you have a perception tag? We do not have a perception tag, but we've got some perception skills. No perception tag. Do we intimidate them to stop? Do we recall odd behaviors? We don't have any knowledge about anything. Do we let the birds be? I kind of want to let them be. But actually, no, I say that. I do want to intimidate because I get 2 successes and then I get to roll a die. And a 1 to 2 place number 115 on the notice board, and that one's for Bumir specifically. So we are going to intimidate them to stop. And so adjacent to that is the blue dice. So we'll use the dark blue dice and replace the pink ones with some blacks. So let's see. And it's only medium. You only need 2 to 3, I think. And we are looking for some communication. And we do actually have 2 successes already, so. Oh, look at that. 5. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then just real quickly, let's just do this. Let's roll the D12. Oh, and it's a 12. Okay. All right, so we get 2 successes, so we're at 5 total, 4 plus. Solid roll. Giving the birds your greatest attempt of intimidation, they're scared so badly they all freeze on the spot, putting an end to their silly race around the tree stump. Where are we? One of the birds asks. The 3 of them agree the last thing they recalled before everything went blank was some kind of danger. Among them, they discuss the possibilities that they triggered some olden fight-or-flight response. Without your intervention, we might have run ourselves into a grave. The lead turkey says to you, offering a wing to shake. Let's have a round of cheers for you. The three turkeys give you a wild hoot of appreciation and invite you to take some of their surveying gear as thanks. You earn a prestige. And you may you may swap one of your skill marks for a perception skill mark. Oh, I've already got all my perception skill marks. That's lame. So I'll go ahead and show you guys what that means. But these are the skill marks. And you can have 4 skill marks on your person. So that's telling me that I could change one of them. I could swap it for something else. So let's say I had a communication one. I would be able to pop it out, right? And then you just put the new color in, whatever that might be, and that is your new, that is your new skill set, right? But unfortunately it said swap it for a perception one, and I'm already full on perception. I'm already very perceptive. Oh well. Okay, return the event to the bottom of the deck. End of scene. And we're moving to Friday. And that actually gets rid of Hiko. See you later, good buddy. You did nothing for me. 283. Maybe I'll get you back at some point. Okay. We are on our final day. And I think the camera has moved, my overhead camera. That's okay. Yeah, we're on our final day because when it goes to Saturday, that's going to be it. So let's move here into Maratu. This is ooh, I have a couple things here that we could do. So I'm going to pick up this quest just because I can have up to 3 quests. This says Sweet Relief Part 1. A wanted polecat named Semrin is hiding near Tashun. He is cunning but has a weakness, his love for delicacies. Share these honey pastries at the camp and I bet Semrin's allies will contact you. Deliver Semrin to a guard outpost after you have captured him. Vajira, the Grey Wolf, Forest Ranger Captain. I like that. Try to help my own folk? Why not? Let's put out another quest here. And this one is at Arin. Now, of course, at the end of the game, I'll get to save these and I'll carry on these quests with me. But I'm really interested in combing Maratu. So let's do that one. It's a special one. Might as well do it. Let's go ahead and do 334. Here's Arin. Okay, Arin isn't part of this war and wants to stay that way. Bagheera. We're looking at the same people from the other one. Bagheera, the Grey Wolf, and Ranger Captain states as she pours herself a drink. It's the same for us Rangers, but things are getting difficult. She lounges in the dim office, reflecting on some internal drama, before making eye contact with you for the first time since you entered the station. Twice this week, our Rangers caught Gemsidian scouts moving through Arin part of the woods, and fights broke out. We must find them and flush them out before things get worse. She chugs a drink. They must be operating out of some base in the woods. I can only spare a few Rangers to go hunt for it, as I've got my entire forest to guard. Can you find it? If you search, each scent tag gives you 1. Oh no! 283 had a scent tag on it. But I also do have a scent tag here. So Bumir has a scent. So of course we're going to search. because I also have. Ooh, I don't have a search thing. No, I do right here. I get 1 if the total is 4 or less. Oh, no, no, no. Yeah, we are searching. Okay. So searching is a medium perception. So we get all the dice there. Medium perception. And we already have 1 success. Ooh. Well, that's terrible. We are definitely re-rolling that. Okay, so we've got 2, 3. Where was my search over here? No, right here. Oh, I'm sorry. So scent is 1, 1, 2, 3, and then get 1 if the total is 4 or less. So we're at 4. Cool. So we got 4. Departing the ranger station, you go to the site of the most recent skirmish between Gamsidian scouts and the rangers. There must be some clues to find there. Absorbing the surrounding scenery, you find tracks leading to and from the area, alone with pine needles caught in the tread marks. You look through the woods for any areas of finer pines. You find such a bunch and know you've found the right one where you can smell cooking coffee and food in the breeze. Peering into the space between the trees, you see a cramped pack of 24 Gamsidian scouts. One of them sees you and screams in a sudden startle. The whole camp, half dressed in panic, rally together in various states of readiness. They hold up guns at you. The captain, a long-winged tombbat, fights with his pants as he tries to keep his leveled pistol steady on you. How in tarnations did you find us here? No one could have gotten past our sentries. Let's look at this long-winged tombbat. That's pretty cool. I like that. A portion of them taking part in stealthy illegal activities. We do not have the populace tag. Intimidate them to leave you alone, or explain our way out, which is easy. Well, we're not doing that one because we have no what is it? We have no knowledge. So we'll use our perception dice to intimidate, and we actually have this intimidate. Oh, and this intimidate too. So that actually already gives us 3 successes. 3, 4. So we're at 4. And then I'm going to actually roll this dice. Oh, and it's a 7. Dang it. I want that 1 or 2. Okay, so we got 1 for intimidate, 2, 3, 4 for intimidation. Once you show your true colors, the Gamsidians become assured you are an evil entity squashed into mortal form, and hold you as an object more dire than death itself. The squad shrinks behind their bat leader and nudge him to speak on their behalf. He raises a wing to point back towards the ranger station. You can go, please. This is your chance to report the scouts to Vagera, or you could help the Gamsidian scouts by letting them know what the rangers know about their position, if you want to help either side at all. I think I want to help Vagera. So I'm going to report the base to the ranger. Yeah, I'm going to report them. You retrace your steps back to the ranger station. Vagera is glad to see you alive, and after feeding you a meal, listens to you recount your time in the woods and the location of the camp. I know that region, hard to reach, a perfect place for a hideout. I'll write a letter to Reinsham's forces and tell them about the scouts. Their troops can flush Gemset out of the woods. Muratu will be safer for it. For finding the base, the Grey Wolf gives you an item. 2 prestige. Look at that. I maxed out the prestige chart. Give 33 to the adventurer. 33. Ooh, it's a smoke bomb. It lets me sneak and fight. Originally invented by the tree kangaroos to cast a veil of mystery around many important shipments and operations, to this day, simply foggy weather is often credited to kangaroos. Interesting. Well, here's the thing. It cost 5. Well, I guess they're giving it to me. No, it cost 5. I don't want to do it. We're just going to keep it here. 2 prestige. Return combing Maratu to the library. Okay. And take 93 and shuffle it into the event deck. More events. Okay, shuffling it into the deck. End of scene. And that, my friends, is the end of 8 days in Galzyr. So yeah, that is it. That is Lands of Galzyr, I think, as Matt had said earlier. However you might say it. I haven't played this one in a while. This one probably in I'm gonna say 5 months, something like that. 5-6 months I haven't played this. And I like it. I like this game. This was my number 1 game, I believe, of last year. Now going into this, I said it's not your traditional game. This is an experience. This is a fun little story that you are telling. You know, we started off traveling up to Sarwar. On the way there, we found the children that wanted to race boats, and we really thought we were doing great. We wanted to help these kids win, and we ended up cheating for them, and they didn't appreciate that. So, you know what? Before I continue with the story, I forgot about one part. I forgot about the ending. This is 200. We got to recap. We don't have to recap, but we just have to finish up the story. So there was one adventurer. We are not isolated. So we head to the nearest inn, intent on treating ourselves to a well-deserving event, celebrating this leg of the journey. Already from the outside, you can hear the sounds of lively patrons suggesting that the establishment is quite full once again. Despite the noise, all heads turn as you enter, curious for your arrival. Let's throw a party. Why not? Let's throw a party. It's going to cost us 5. That's all of our money. Look at that. How much prestige? 9+. The inn explodes into cheers as everyone is struck and beyond themselves. Not many are graced by someone so famous as you. You buy drinks for all your fans and kick off the celebrations. Word spreads through the region about your party, and hundreds join the celebration, growing it to a legendary size. Plenty of other locals are celebrating their own end-of-the-year customs, but their smaller celebrations get absorbed into yours, easily raising the number of attendants. Plenty of folks talk about how their year went and how this might be the best end of your party they've ever had. Despite any hurdles suffered this year, you are feeling adventurous about the next one. Give 63. Ooh, look at that. We already have him. We already have the adventurer. Oh well. That is okay. Continue. When folks outside hear that you're throwing a party, they drop everything they're doing, run to the inn. Every soul in around the structure knows of your deeds, good, bad, and otherwise. You have become a component of Galzyr itself and recognized as a landmark. Without you, just isn't complete. Look at that. We are legendary. I love it. So that's the end of the game, and then here it tells you how to save the game. But yeah, just going back to kind of what I was saying there, right? Like this whole adventure that we just went on, we started off by thinking we were helping the kids, but the kids being upset because we actually cheated to help them, and then going up to Sarwar and let me actually recall here, right? The kids understand nothing. Oh, that's right. We could have helped the panther or the victims, right? We went on that hunt with them, and we decided to help the victims. And so at this point, we were kind of changing to do some good with our life. We went to the hot springs. We found the guy that kind of brought us some meditation, some peace, and then we started going to we started making our way down to Maratu, but we didn't make it just yet. But on the way there, we got some news that somebody wanted to build a jetpack, and we thought that was interesting. So we had picked up some adventure along the way and decided to help this person out. We got our hands dirty by fixing up the engine. And then we even finally made it back down to Maratu, where we went on a little adventure looking for these people and found them and went and told Maratu where they were hiding and kind of helped the town out. So we went through this whole finding ourselves and getting back to what we think was most important, which was the adventure. So that was it. That's Lands of Galzyr. Like I said, I really do enjoy this one. It's a fun little narrative driven story. I've said it a couple times before. This took us about 90 minutes or so to play. This is something that I enjoy doing. Just instead of watching TV, I'm actually getting to live out a story or experience a story firsthand instead of just watching one. So that is it for me. Like I said, I appreciate you guys being here. For those of you that were expecting a different stream, sorry about that. Hopefully this one was one that you were able to stick around with and enjoyed. Definitely something that I enjoyed doing. Hopefully, actually, no, next week, Devin and I are actually both out of town. We have Iron Man Waco, so unfortunately we will not be live streaming for that. But we will be back to our regular schedule relatively soon. So we'll actually be posting our new schedule up for October on the 1st. And so just follow along with that, see what we're doing. But other than that, as always, please remember, like, comment, subscribe. That stuff really does help us, helps our channel grow. And for everybody that was here, appreciate it. Thank you guys for making some decisions with me. And until next time, have a good night.